Lowly
Charlie.
Wrexham.
They have done it again, winning promotion.
Tin Pot Little Wrexham winning promotion again. What a story.
It is a
Rags to
fantastic
riches.
story. Winning promotion to the Championship now. And when we last spoke to our next guest, he was being a bit circumspect. You don't want to count your chickens, as we say in football circles, but chickens can be
Wickham
counted
were
now.
hot on their tail.
Indeed. Humphrey Ker, Executive Director of Wrexham AFC, joins us now. Good afternoon, Humphrey.
Hello, Humphrey.
Good afternoon.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Charlie. There was something about that introduction there. It felt as though
It was barbed.
it was very barbed. Yeah.
You're quite
Not gonna
bitter.
get that one out of my.
There's nothing bitter about it.
No.
Nothing bitter about it. I'm thrilled for my friend.
Yeah. I mean, look, there would have been people questioning. I mean, even Charlie said you can maybe get to League One, then it gets tougher. I'm sure a lot of people have doubted along the way that Wrexham would find their ceiling. But at the moment, that hasn't happened, Humphrey.
Yeah, I mean, we always felt confident that there was. I mean, Wrexham were in what was effectively the Championship. We were in Division 2 in the 79 or 78 to 81, something like that. So it's obviously it's a division that we've been in before. But yeah, I think people, the received wisdom was that it was going to be very difficult. But we always felt like with the kind of catchment area we had, the size of the potential fan base and the financial muscle we could wield via our sort of weird notoriety, because that's really what's driven it. We the documentary and the prospect of being in the documentary is what's got us these kind of sponsorship deals that have been unusual for a League One club. We felt we could do something special. Sorry, I ate a big chunk of a Snickers bar.
I saw that. I saw you doing that, and I thought that's because he's
There's
just
a lot
done
of
the
noises.
marathon.
If you're one of those people that hates noises from people smacking their lips, this is the worst interview you've ever heard.
It's because you just did the Manchester Marathon, I know. And
You still get
and you
sugar
think,
rush.
I think you've got the calorie deficit that you can just
Incredible. We're
chocolate
2
down your
minutes
neck.
into this, and I'd not brought up the
I
marathon. To be
know,
honest.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, real restraint on my part. But yes, we always felt as though we could do what we've done, and but I think it's huge credit to Phil Parkinson and his staff and the players. And Saturday we had, I think, 3 or 4 players on the pitch that have been with us in the National League, and another 3 or 4 on the bench.
That's sort of what I've been most impressed by, I think, is that you've not, although you've obviously churned over players, but you've not had massive root and branch change every single season. You've not gone through 5 managers in trying to sort of achieve this. You've found your manager. You've stuck with him. He's understood the assignment. He's achieved this. He's achieved so far the assignment. You've still got players that you had in the National League. You've not brought in, Kylian Mbappe to play up front. You've
That's next season.
No,
You've
but
just
you know what I
blown
mean?
the story now.
You've done it in a sensible way that you can continue to do, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've had this enormous privilege of knowing, again, because of that sort of unusual financial situation where we were getting such great deals that we didn't have that same kind of existential threat that I think a lot of football clubs, especially lower league clubs, have, that often lead to a necessity of a knee-jerk reaction of we've got to do something to change this, or this is an issue, or we're in trouble here. Like, what can we do? We can change the manager. We can try different things. We can buy turnover of players. We've been able to kind of backfill and believe in him. And to be fair, he has delivered. I mean, since he took over, we finished 2nd in the National League, 1st in the National League, 2nd in League 2, 2nd in League 1. There's not been many serious calls for his head. Of course, football fans being what they are, there've been 1 or 2 moments where we've had the temerity to draw against another team of very good professional footballers, and
that'll be the new fans as well. That won't be the ones who were there, when you were 12th in the National League.
Well, I mean, Charlie, I'm very familiar with 2 characters that you know very well, Roger and Brian from your other podcast, who are long-term Torquay United fans who are livid about everything. And
more rubbish.
Exactly. The reality is that it doesn't matter how long you've been a fan of a football team, you can still get very cranky if they don't perform the way you want them to or you expect them to. But no, I mean, we're in this kind of glorious post-promotion glow right now where everyone is very happy and joyous, and long may it continue.
Rob and Ryan have put in a serious financial commitment so far, but obviously the further up the food chain you go, that's going to be even greater. And you've seen with Birmingham City, the champions in your league, just the kind of financial commitment that teams are prepared to make, and there are some big hitters in the Championship. So it is a step up, Humphrey, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and we felt that each season, but the jump to the Championship is massive because you have those sort of top third of temporarily embarrassed Premier League clubs that have got their parachute payments and have got, wealth of international footballers that have come down with them from the Premier League recently or have come to them in the Championship for big money. And it's incredibly important for us. Something we talked about a lot since day one is sustainability, is making sure that we don't endanger everything that we've created here by overstretching ourselves. So, we will be doing everything in our power to continue to kind of leverage the documentary and the interest in Wrexham to bring in funding from the outside through traditional means, but sort of supercharged, and make sure that we can compete and stay relevant in the Championship, I suppose. But the ambition for the guys is they want to get to the Premier League. That's the plan, and we know that's going to cost a huge amount of money.
Because you don't want Ryan making Deadpool 9, and you don't want Rob making It's Always Sunny when they were like the prequel when they were just really horrible kids. You don't want to make it. You don't want them doing that work just for the money,
just to get in the
Premier League.
Yeah, what? That's a good idea. I might pitch that.
Reboot. It's very good.
Imagine what they'd be like as kids.
Yeah,
they'd just
idea.
Be reprehensible.
It's like Muppet
people.
Babies.
Yeah.
Tell us about the marathon you did on Sunday, Humphrey. The Manchester Marathon. In many ways, people's favourite, the People's Marathon. Yeah.
It's a bit flash to go to London and be all cool and sexy. No, I mean, look, it's my one and only marathon experience. So it's certainly the best one I've ever been on. I mean, it was miserable. I hated it. Didn't have a transformative moment halfway around. I mean, the big difference was when I did my half marathon. I truly, by about mile 9, every angelic child with a little sign with a sort of Super Mario mushroom on it being like, touch this for a power up. I was like, I want to push you over. Because all you've had to do is draw a mushroom and I'm running and my knees hurt. And that's not going to help me at all. That's 4 extra steps. I'm going to feel that come the end of this. But actually this time, I went to a very dark place between about mile 17 and mile 21. And
was that Berry?
Yes, yeah.
Might have been Berry. Sorry,
joke.
Berry.
What a great joke.
Sorry if you're listening.
I think it was stale, actually, technically. But yeah, I was not enjoying it. But actually, all the people cheering and stuff, everyone's like, "Oh, the crowd will get you through. They'll really help you." And they did actually, which I was not expecting. Not even just because they got me angrier and made me run fast.
Yeah,
I was actually quite pleased. Also, I mean, I absolutely erased my nipples.
That's nice. They grow back
on the way around.
Yeah.
They actually afterwards they were fine. But I mean, I reached the finish line wearing a white shirt, quite stupid, with just two. Yeah. It looked like 2 roses had blossomed.
How lovely. How lovely.
Yeah, very appropriate for Lancashire Cricket Club.
Lovely image.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. Now, finally, I saw Rob saying again, he promised the boys another trip to Vegas. Apparently, Ryan said no, but he's going to say yes, they're going to do it. Do you get to go on these trips, or is it just for the players? Are you there, Club Blazer in the background saying, "Now, calm down, calm down"?
Yes, so I've not been on any of the Vegas trips, actually. I've usually had sort of something or other that's kept me here, but also I see a lot of pictures of everybody with their tops off, and Rob can sort of hang with that because he's quite fit as an actor. I really can't, and especially not with my sort of 2 band-aids over my nips. So I try and leave them to it, let them enjoy it.
Taps off.
Oh, fantastic. Well, look, good to talk to you, Humphrey. Well done on the marathon.
Yeah, well done, Humphrey.
And congratulations on the promotion. Thanks very much for joining us.
See you for Egg United next week.
Yes, indeed. See you there, Charlie. Take care.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.